Hey folks, my name is Mr. Taylor and I'm going to be in these videos to help you understand a bit about how to use Python. Anything that I do in these videos, the notes will be also written down in the Word document, usually with some questions and things like that. So don't feel like you have to take down notes while you're going through it, although it can help. But as I said, those notes will be provided for you as well. Let's see how we go. This is the first of many videos. At the end, hopefully we've got a bit of a video game that you guys have made, which would be pretty cool. To begin with, what is Python? Or what's a Python program? Python program it's a set of instructions using the Python language. And we give those instructions to a computer, and the computer is really good at just understanding exactly what we're talking about when we speak in this language, and it can perform certain things for us. Not like crazy things like I don't know, think about a pink elephant. Like we're very good at that. I don't know about computers, but if I said calculate this or print this thing 20,000 times, or even make a simple video game, Python programs got our back. So that's what we're going to be using. We're also in this this program called PyCharm, and it'll be really helpful if you guys use PyCharm. But any sort of Python interface will do. It's always the same language, but PyCharm allows us to sort of like store things and add things really easy, and that's what I'll be doing in the instructions. So it will make sense if you guys use it as well. All right, this video we're going to look at writing this first program. We're going to look at strings, the print function, and comments. So to begin with, I'm just going to hover over this plus button. It says new file directory. I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to make myself a Python file. And we will call that strings, print, and comments, because that's what we're going to learn today. Fantastic. All right, hit enter, and this is what we've got. This is called the code editor window. There'll be two windows when we're looking at programming. We can't see the second window at the moment, so don't freak out. This is our first window. This is called the code editor. And let's write a program. Let's print. It's already stored it for me. This is another reason why PyCharm is good. It does a lot of auto things for us. But I've written a piece of code, okay? And rather than just explain it, let's just run it first and see what happens. And to run a program, you just need to click this this arrow key, run, and let's just run it, see what happens. And it has run the program. It's a very simple program. All the program has done is said hello world. Well, it hasn't even said it. It's just written it. Okay. But that's pretty neat. Like you can do stuff with that. All right, we can write some things. Let's unpack a bit of this. Okay. Let's get some definitions here. Print is what's called a function. A function is like it's a program itself. It's a very specific set of instructions. We'll use functions later on. Hell, we'll even make some functions. But for now, print is the only function that we really need to play around with. And all it does is says like, yo, whatever in here, paste it out so it can be read. Okay, just like a printer. Like you just print something out. And anything, when we look at a function, we always know it's a function because it's got an open bracket, and then it's got stuff in it, and then it's got a closed bracket. We know that's a function. And it's really important that when we are typing a function, that we always close the bracket or open the bracket, or parentheses, sometimes they're called, and we finish that off. So if I, for example, if I was to do something crazy by like removing this bracket at the end, right? And then I hit run, boom, it's not going to work. Computer has no idea what we're talking about. But the computer's pretty nice. It will actually tell us like usually what the code problem is. And in this case, it says syntax error. The bracket was never closed, bro. So you got to close it. We can close it. We hit run. Awesome. Now you might say, well, this is pretty neat, Mr. Taylor, but I want to be a bit more complicated. I want to say more than just hello world. I want to say something like, no, I'm not even going to talk about Skibidi Risk. Let's just be normal. My name is print Mr. Taylor. Okay, let's hit that. All right. Hello world. My name is Mr. Taylor. So there's a bit of a pattern there. Like it orders it, it reads it top down, and it'll like process those top down, and we printed those things out. So you can print as many. I mean, you could print as many as you want. The nice thing about computers is I could hit Command C, oops, and Command V, and I could just, I could paste that all there. I could hit print, or hit run the program, and then we've got this huge thing here. So as I said, computers are very good at doing lots of calculations of these types of things. One thing that you'll notice as well is that the text in here is green. And that's different to our function. Function's always kind of purple. It depends on your formatting, but in PyCharm it's usually purple. And green tells us something important. It tells us that it is what's called a string. So this is our second definition, a string. And it might be helpful if I write it, but a string is a piece of text, and it is surrounded by quotation marks. So we could do a double quotation mark, or we could do a single quotation mark. So when I look at this, if we see the hello world, it's got that quotation mark there, and then it's closed in there. And again, like PyCharm's really nice. Like if I highlight that, it'll tell us if it's there. And if I close that off, right, that's an error there. So if I was to say, my name is, and we've only got one quotation mark, I could hit run. Again, we've got an error. There's a problem there. It's what's called a syntax error in this case, and I might need to close that off. I could also experiment, and I could do a single quotation mark if I was feeling, kind of bold, and it works. Life is pretty sweet. So that's what a string is. We'll go into a little bit more detail about what strings are, but for now, all you need to understand, it's a piece of text. You need to have quotation marks around it, and they need to be consistent. If I was like just being a fool and I decided to put loads of quotation marks, what's going to happen here? Yeah, I'll do some weird stuff. So you get some weird errors. Okay. The last thing that we need to look at is this comment right here. Notice how it's grey. It's very different to this piece of text here I've done here. This piece of code in the hello world. This has got a bit of color, got a bit of green, got a purple. This is all grey. And it's grey because it's what's called a comment. And a comment starts with the hash key. The moment you put the hash key there, it treats everything that's on the line as a comment. And it means the program will not register it. And comments, because remember, we're talking, I speak in English, I think in English, I don't think in Python. The program speaks in Python. The comment is there to give explanations to the human user. Or it can even be used to sort of break things up. We'll look at that a little bit later about like how you can organize with comments. But for now, a comment is really to describe something to the user as you're sort of like getting around to it. So if I was to say like it's not even a game at this stage, right? But a very simple game. I might say, you see a sword on the ground. Okay, I'll just run it. I'll just make sure it's working. Cool. You see a sword on the ground. And then you pick up the sword. Okay. If I was to run that, look, pretty good. You see a sword on the ground, you pick up the sword. I could make a comment to say like, what does the character see? And what does the character do? Okay. And if I hit run, it's the same thing. Because the program it's not printing what does the character see or what does the character do. It's a comment. It's not registering it. It only does the things that are not in grey. So that hopefully encapsulates strings, the print function, what is a function, and comments, and a little bit of sort of the debugging. One other little tip I'll give you about debugging. Debugging is just when you find problems in your code. Let's say I've got, maybe the n is missing here. So it's prit. It's not even a function, right? I could hit run. And here we go. Over here, it's really easy when you've only got a couple of lines. But when we're going to be writing quite a bit of code, and it's a good habit to get in. Do you guys see that there's numbers on the side here? what those numbers are is the number of the line, like line 1, line 2, 3, 4, 5. Awesome. When there is an error, and there could be more than one error, you could write some code and you've done a lot of work, but there could be a lot of errors. It will tell you what specific lines are not working. And here, okay, in the file, whatever it is, my folder and stuff, line 5, there's a problem with line 5. Line 5, problem. And name print is not defined. So in this case, it's even given us a bit of a clue. And I've just got to fix it up as print. And a good rule of thumb is like coding is 50% like actual coding, and then the other 50% is just debugging. And it's perfectly normal. Like, especially when we start looking at more complicated things, like don't feel sad or something if your code doesn't work straight away, you got some errors. Very normal. Happens all the time to me as well. It's just part of the process. So a good rule of thumb, as I said, is 50% you're coding, 50% you're just debugging. Easy. Other than that, best of luck with your first lesson, and get some ideas as you develop your game. Peace out.